How they look me, you know. I mean, how? I'm feeling the raw. We are not going to say no. Because of our senior man, hey, okay, wow.
Imagine running a fast-paced business with thousands of life assets, but relying on paper notepad to track it all. That is the messy reality of most poultry farmers today. We built EcoGreen to change that, putting a complete digital command center right into the farmer's pocket. So let's dive right into the app. First impressions matter. So when the user opens the app, the user is greeted with this beautiful splash screen. After, it moves to the authentication page, which requires the user to log in. You can use the social buttons if you have a Facebook account, Google account, or X account. So I'll just log in with my um, uh, email account. The user can also sign up if he or she does not have an account. So let me log in. Okay, I entered a wrong email. So I entered a wrong email. Okay. So after logging in, the user gets to the home page, which contains summary about the whole app. So this app, we created a main layout which consists of the app bar and the navigation bar, which stays consistent throughout the app and all the screens. So we have a drawer here which you can navigate to pages or log out. We have notification here. When an activity is performed, the user gets notified. So let's dive right into the home page. We have four dynamic cards here, which let me say summarize the poultry farm. So here we have total birds, eggs today, eggs collected today, mortality, which is the number of birds that have died, and revenue, the amount of money generated or profit. Below it, we have quick actions. The user can add birds, log eggs, vaccines, and mortality very quick with the help of these quick buttons. Below it, we have farm summaries. We have farm summaries which uses progressive bars to tell the user or summarize the app. Let me summarize the farm for the user. So we have production summary, the egg production, the feed consumes, and the average weight of the birds. Bird summary, the chicks, the number of chicks, layers, and broilers. House summaries. You have the number of birds each house contains. So house one contains 450 out of the 600 capacity. Alright. So below it you have recent activities. The recent activities logs every action performed in the app. So let's say batch is added. Let me add a batch for us to see. So the name of the batch is Ken, 10 bears, chicks, they'll be saved into house one. So when a batch is added and you come right to the recent activities, you can see new batch, Ken added 10 chicks today, just now. Okay, so this is the home page.
So continuing from where my colleague ended, I'll be talking about the best management model of the EcoGreen Farm application. The goal of this model is to transition poultry farmers from manual, error-prone, record-keeping to data-driven digital ecosystem. As you can see, the interface is designed for high accessibility, ensuring that a farmer can manage their entire flock with just a few taps. So starting from the top here, you have the search bar and the filter button too. So the search bar, you can use it to search for maybe the houses or maybe the chicks. Yes. So example is, let's say we are searching for let's say the layers. So searching for the layers, when you search for this, you see instead of it to show all the other types of birds, it only showed the layers because you only search for the layers. Yes. And then for the filter button, you can use it to check for the active and then the inactive birds, or can add all the active and then the inactive birds together. So when we check for the, let me use inactive. For now, we don't have inactive birds, so you see we have no batches found. And then when you go to the active, we have all our beds because all our beds are active at the moment. So we have our chicks, our layers, and then our broilers here. Yes. And then we can put it to or to, since we don't have inactive, we have our we have all the types of our beds here. Okay. We have our quick actions button too. We can add batches. We have our log eggs, we have our vaccinations, we have our mortality, and each of them performs their exact duties that it was assigned to. The logs, it shows the record daily egg collection data, and then the vaccines too, it shows, it schedules a vaccine program, the time each bird is supposed to be fed, and yes, and the mortality rate too shows the deceased bird occurrences. Yes. So let's use this example, the eggs. We have the good eggs count and then we have the broken eggs too. So let's say we have 300 or yes, 300 good eggs. And then today let's say we got 5 eggs broken using the same house one. When we save the record, it is saved. So when you come to home and then you go to the recent activities, you see that total eggs is 305, and we have 300 eggs good, and then we have 5 broken eggs. So you go back to where we ended, and then we have the total fed, and then we have the estimated days left for their feed to finish, and then we have the water tanks too here, which is normal and active. Yes, it's actively working. And then you have the vaccination schedule. The vaccination schedule too shows when each bird is supposed to be vaccinated. So let's say Newcastle disease, it was supposed to be completed around the 12th of May. So when you see, it shows completed 12th May, and then the infectious, this one too, it shows 26th May. That means it's passed, so that has been given. That's why it shows completed. And then this one too is due today, 17th of June. So 17th of June too is also here. And then the foul pox, that one too is an upcoming. This one. So anytime that this one is, or anytime they are to be vaccinated, check for the date that they should be vaccinated, and they give them the exact vaccines is supposed to be given. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the house section of our Eco Green Farm website. So this part helps the farm managers track and manage the different poultry houses. So here we have house 1, and we have house 2. We also have house 3. So at the top we have the status, which shows if a house is active or being cleaned. And then we have the type and then the temperature. So the type, we can see that it is broilers. And then we have the capacity. So the capacity is the green progress bar that is showing below it. It shows how full the house is, so we can prevent overcrowding. So let's move to the operations management. So this is the operations management button section. So here, this lets the user take 3 main actions. First one is it helps you to add new house. So to add a new building to the system. And then the second one is schedule maintenance. This is to plan cleaning and chemical cycles. And then the third is transfer beds, to easily move beds from one house to the other. So overall, this page makes farm management simple by putting all the important data actions in one place. Thank you.
Good afternoon, dear valued customer. My name is Ohenichi Paper, and I will be taking you through the staff and operation screen of our EcoGreen farm management system. So over here at our screen, we have the staff and operations. So over here, this is searching here where you can search for available staff and the available roles. We move here, so over at our app already, we already have 3 members of which one is active. So here is one of the members of which is active. Yes, I've been on say she's off duty today and your Abaji will leave, right? And over here we have their roles. One mention is a farm manager, Abena is the poultry caretaker, and your Abaji is the is the maintenance team, right? So over here at the down bottom side, over here we can add a new member of staff if you want to. So let's input, let's say my name or Henry Yobo. So let's say I'll be a feeder and I'll put in my phone number. Then the shift I would like to be on, let's say I'll take the night shift and my status I'm active. Then I'll just save employee details. So right now over here, I'm now new employee over here. So that's my name, my role, and my number. And I've chosen night and I'm active, right? So if you want to also, if maybe one of the workers cannot continue working for you and want to move from the system, you just come over here and you move him from your system. So as you can see now he's gone, right? And if there's some a message you want to relate to any of the workers, you can just tap over here and just say and just ask, let's say for example, how's work going? Is this person. So she would also get the information on her side about what the message just sent her, and she might give you a reply whenever she sees it. Right. So this is just the function of the staff and operations screen. It lets you add members like your workers to your system, and it lets you see available like workers on the system and whether they are on duty, what shift they are on, or whether they're on leave. And if maybe you laid off some workers, you can just remove them of the system. So that is basically what this app do. Thank you very much.
So my name is Sato Kojokumejo and I'll be taking you through the report and insert screen. As a farmer with many thousands of birds, you have to calculate everything on your farm manually. That is very stressful and my team and I have thought about it and built an app with the report screen that's going to tell you everything that goes on your farm by just clicking on it and displaying just one screen. So I'm going to take you through the report and inside screen. But before I do, I'm going to explain the report and inside screen. So basically, convert all information collected from the application, the rest of the application, that is the bed management, the housing, the staff management, the staff records, the housing management. It collects all the information and converts it into one meaningful business insight. Instead of now using raw data, you're able to see everything that goes on your phone with just a click. So at the top left, we have the time filters. So this helps you compare the performances on your farm within different periods. That is, whether this week, this month, this year, it helps you calculate everything. So as I click, you see that the financial summary changes in respect to the period I choose. So now talking about the financial summary, you see that we have revenue, expenses, and net profit. Basically, that's the basic or the simplest like job of a farmer to make a revenue, to have expenses. So what we have done is that we created a screen that tells the farmer the revenue he has made within this period, the expenses he has within this period. And we've also created a place where it calculates the net profit, that is, subtracting the expenses from the revenue. So this does calculate it without the farmer now taking a calculator, pen and paper, and now doing what is 32,000 minus 4, what is 3,200 minus 4,200. We have just made it calculated automatically. So yeah, so basically that's what the financial summary is about. So based on the time filter you choose, it's able to tell you your revenue, expenses, and net profit. So, and I'm going to talk about the production metrics. So, the production metrics, you see the egg laying rate, the survival rate, and the feed efficiency rate. So, what the egg laying rate simply means is that this shows you how like close your how close your farm is to its production target. So, for this week, our production target is 1,000, and out of that 1,000, we have achieved 850. So basically, you can say that the farm is off to a good start. That's what the egg lay rate means. The survival rate means the percentage of the number of birds that are alive to over the total number of birds produced. And for this particular farm, the survival rate is 99.6%. That is very good. That means the farmer is able to take over the bed and manage the beds properly. Then the feed efficiency simply means that you are going to monitor the expenses of the feed, the cost, production, everything about the feed, just for the feed and efficiency means. So now, since I've gone through this, I'm going to now give you like the overview of the app. So most poultry farmers don't suffer because they lack information. They struggle because the information is scattered in notebooks, spreadsheets, and everything. So my team and I have built one app that is supposed to tell you everything you need to know about your farm in just one intelligent dashboard. So instead of guessing whether the farmer is making profits, losses, production trends, and everything, we just use this app to show everything. Then with this, you now know if you need to know anything about your farm, you're not supposed to now go for your notebook and say, "Hey, what did I make anything?" Just so it saves time and makes decision making very easy. and it's very simple to use. So yeah, so thank you, and this is the end of my presentation.